से लिखी हमारी विरासत, समय की राह पर एक सुनहरा सफर.
A story of an adventure across the oceans of the world, connecting distant shores, propelling international trade and commerce, building bridges of friendship between nations and people, and in the process, weathering many a storm and waves of adversity, playing a vital role as flag bearers of the nation, as leaders in the territorial waters of India. Across 50 golden years, the Shipping Corporation of India Limited, a legacy, a saga of riding the waves. It was a dream of the then Prime Minister Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru to establish public sector undertakings as temples of modern India. A dream and aspiration out of which was born a symbol of India that sails the high seas, formed through the merger of the Eastern Shipping Corporation and the Western Shipping Corporation. On October 2nd, 1961, the Shipping Corporation of India Limited. Starting with a modest fleet of 19 vessels, SCI began to acquire new vessels and expand rapidly to world-scale operations. Deploying bulk carriers for transporting coal to energize the country's steel and power plants, iron ore to Japan and China, raw materials for India's fertilizer plants, cement and other commodities, oil tankers for transporting petroleum products, and break bulk carriers for project cargo, industrial goods and consumer durables. A lifeline of passenger ships to the Andaman and Nicobar and Lakshadweep Islands. Transporting goods and transforming lives. To enhance the energy security of India, SCI entered crude oil transportation. With nearly 80% of India's oil needs met through imports today, SCI oil tankers ensure an uninterrupted supply of crude to the refineries of India. Within the first decade, SCI's fleet capacity grew fivefold, reaching the 1 million DWT mark. Hailing this achievement, the then Prime Minister, Mrs. Indira Gandhi, commented,
"Congratulations, the first million is the most difficult. The working of the Shipping Corporation of India makes the concept of the public sector more acceptable to the people of India."
In 1975, SCI acquired India's first very large crude carrier, VLCC, and pioneered lighterage operations of ship-to-ship transfer of oil in India. In the 80s, when India's oil exploration in the Arabian Sea gained momentum, SCI provided vital support with a diverse fleet of specialized vessels backed by the best technical talent in the business, becoming a vital partner in India's oil exploration and production in Mumbai High. During the long drawn-out wars in the Gulf region, SCI took up the challenge of maintaining an energy lifeline between the Middle East and India. Charting an inorganic growth, two more shipping companies were merged with SCI, taking its fleet capacity beyond the 5 million DWT mark. In 1986, SCI's Silver Jubilee celebrations were graced by the then Prime Minister, Shri Rajiv Gandhi. Realizing the need for trained seafarers as a key to its future growth, SCI was the first shipping company to establish a full-fledged maritime training institute in 1987 at Mumbai. Today, this institute is known as the Premier Institute, offering residential courses in marine engineering, nautical studies and ship management. Within a short span of 2 decades, MTI brought India's maritime education on the global map by becoming a branch of World Maritime University in Sweden and a regional training center recognized by UNCTAD. Over the years, SCI has been the training ground for Indian seafarers, many of whom today work with several leading shipping companies around the world. Recognizing a greater role for women in the future, SCI was the first Indian shipping company to train and induct women officers on their vessels.
सागर की लहरों से लिखी हमारी विरासत, समय की राह पर एक सुनहरा सफर, पाना है एक लक्ष्य, बढ़ना है एक साथ, जिंदगियां बदलते चले देश की आशाओं को लेकर। SCI चले देश की आशाओं को लेकर।
In the 90s, riding the waves of the globalization of the Indian economy, SCI moved into a new trajectory of growth, acquiring 3 cellular vessels, yet another first in India, an expanding global network with regular container services between India and the Far East, China, West Asia Gulf sector, UK and the European continent, and break bulk services across the globe, including USA and the Far East, diversifying into cryogenic transportation of LPG and ammonia, expanding equity base through disinvestment and listing on the Bombay Stock Exchange, consistently achieving excellent performance targets as per MOUs signed annually with the Government of India, who conferred SCI with the Mini Ratna status in the year 2000. In 2001, SCI ventured into the highly specialized realm of LNG transportation, forming 3 joint ventures with leading global shipping companies for transporting LNG to India. Today, SCI fully manages the technical and commercial operations of India's LNG tankers. Going full steam ahead, SCI added 4 more very large crude carriers, being the largest ships in India's registry. SCI also acquired 2 large modern cellular vessels and has become the only Indian company to operate long-haul mainline international container services. With the largest fleet of modern vessels in India, 75 owned vessels, manning and managing another 65 vessels, and 28 new generation vessels on order, SCI continues to maintain its leadership position. With major offices in the Indian metros and in London, besides a large network of shipping agents across India and around the world, SCI reaches out to its customers with the minimum lead time. A committed team of more than 5,000 experienced professionals, backed by state-of-the-art communication systems and IT integration, enable faster and reliable service with the safe and secure delivery of cargo. Despite global economic turmoil, SCI continued to score excellent results. The Government of India has elevated SCI to the league of the shining jewels of public enterprises with the Navratna status.
SCI has maintained its numero uno position in the Indian shipping industry over the decades. Since its inception, it is primarily the growth of SCI which has catalyzed the growth of Indian shipping. It is SCI, through maritime training, has established the Indian seafarers as the most competent seafarers anywhere in the world. We have served our nation with pride and distinction over the last 5 decades, and on this occasion of Golden Jubilee, we rededicate ourselves to further the cause of this national institution for the betterment of our nation.
Adhering to world-class quality standards and total compliance with the ISM and ISPS codes, SCI is strongly committed to the maritime safety and security of India. In recognition of their dedicated efforts, SCI was awarded the safest and most environmentally conscious Indian shipping company. As a socially responsible corporate, SCI has taken several initiatives for the upliftment of the underprivileged through educational schemes, scholarships for deserving students, and healthcare assistance for women and children. A voyage of continuous adventure across global waters with ambitious new ventures, strategic alliances for door-to-door logistics, terminal management, shipbuilding, and long-term partnership with leading companies in the steel and oil and gas sectors. For the Shipping Corporation of India Limited, it is an explorer's mission of nation building by continuously riding the waves.
सागर की लहरों से लिखी हमारी विरासत, समय की राह पर एक सुनहरा सफर, बना है एक लक्ष्य, बढ़ना है एक साथ, जिंदगियां बदलते चले देश की आशाओं को लेकर। SCI 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 चले देश की आशाओं को लेकर।